Hello, good evening, everybody. Right, welcome back for lesson 5. Will you mind please on your camera for a while to show your face? Then after that, please mute it. Okay, I was told by my boss. Thank you, Yichen. Hi, sir. Thank you, sir. Thanks, Ryan. Howray, and thank you, Howray, Yichen and Rayton. Please, I was told by my boss that it's better to on the camera to show your face, but I say, well, it's up to individual. As long you pay attention, as long you're listening to my lesson. As long as you want to find more, what do you call, more details and information, you can do offline. Thanks to Howray, right? You sent a email to me. I was more excited and more worried and more nervous than you. Then you asked me when I submit. The moment I done it already, I quickly submit to you by email twice. But somehow I heard from my colleague you did not receive it. Then I sent it to the WeChat. Hopefully you can receive it. Okay, because it's a WA, and your questions was very good. Okay, so yep, let's go ahead without one. Benny is still not in. So anyway, today the lessons. Okay, I'm going to share screen now. Okay, today all the lessons we're going to talk about Stalin. Some of you have done Stalin for the Set 4 students as mentioned. So who is Stalin? I know some of you for the Set 3 student, you may have not started Stalin yet, right? Oh, somebody send me a chat group. Cam still spoiled. Hey, Ray Chen, don't worry. Okay. Of course, you can later find on online because anyway, next few lessons, I hope y'all can do some presentation to me. All right, but it's okay. Don't let this bother you. Okay, your brain is supposed to think more important thing, and today's lesson is very important. So pay attention. So I just share it with my goddaughter, and she find these new methodologies will be very helpful. As we know, this is a recording, so we just share among ourselves. Please, whatever notes you written, please do not share with your friends. Okay, I'm so sorry. I need to be a bit selfish here. Okay, thank you. All right. So who is Stalin, or so who was Stalin in the past then? Then what did Stalin do to help Russia, and how Stalin became the leader? So these are the next three lessons that we're going to cover. Okay. Is it something not right? Okay. So we are going to cover this Stalin for the next three lessons until end of February. Okay. Now, then we're going to move on. And so why and how Stalin has impact to World War II. Then you identify the factors. Okay. Right. The next, then we're going to talk about the how we're going to use the SBQ or SEQ to do Stalin and hands-on on the practical exercise. Now take note of this homework. Okay, I'm not sure those of you have finished or not. Okay, do you do all this homework? Let's recall back quickly. How Ray question was on war guilt clause on reparation. War guilt clause of reparation. What is a clause? Okay, so before that, I will stop sharing here. I want to show you this one here. That's what our dear Harry did. Awesome. So Harry, I think your teachers is very creative, very good, because you say that here, it says as a French man writing to your countrymen, will you have been satisfied with the Treaty of Versailles? Explain your answer using one reason. So of course there are more than two reasons. To me, as a practice, of course you can give more than one reason, but since the question asks for one reason and it's a 6-mark question, therefore you have to just write one reason. Just remember to use your DEE because this is an essay question, right? Remember to use this one. So where is how you describe? Where is your explanations? Where is your example? And where's your expression? How do you feel? How do you feel about it? So you have to give out, okay, this is a part here, okay? And what is the result? After feeling very desperate, things like that, not happy with the Germans, what is the result? So this is it, okay? So this is a quick one. I don't want to go through in detail, but of course, guys, you can read through it. Okay, so there are some tick there. Harry, I'm not sure because all of you are mic is being mute. So some of them are sorry, Harry. If I put two tick, that means the sentence is super good. I think you can copy it. Some of you, if you don't mind, if you want, you can take a snapshot of this or copy some of the two tick means the sentence is very good. You can use it. Okay, beside the massive reduction of the please. Okay, like this one here. Okay, you see. I think I put the small boxes will not block things. Okay, that would be better. Okay, so right, you see here, produce there to rebuild her own economy. See, utilizing the resources produced. And okay, this is something I put that in a good here. Okay, well done. So obviously this one is about a French person who really want to listen now, who really want to debase, to degrade, to destroy, to disrupt, and have a devastating effect on Germany. Okay, it's just like someone who like hit the bully hit the poor boy, and finally the poor boy learned some kung fu and decided to defend himself. And there's this thing called once bitten twice shy. So French would not want Germany to attack the third time. So there's a few times being attacked. Okay, before. Then after that, this is the ones. Yes, this is the guy. Okay, take notes that Lloyd George is the one from British. He said, no, I don't want to be very serious. And I like this, the good point here taken. This lead to economic turmoil. So things like that. So 6,600 million pounds. Well done. Well said. Okay. I just rest for 30 seconds. Please have a quick look at it. Because by right, we are not going to cover this in details. It's already completed already. So, but this, thanks to How Ray, so I just want to share with you this one here. Okay. Please take note of this one. This is my answer. Okay. Actually, this answer is actually copied from one of my senior teacher. Okay. She came out a book. Okay. So just to be sharing with you this one here, I think it's from her book. I can't remember. So I just modified here and there a bit. Okay. The reason why the British want to be more lenient to Germany because they do have a common enemy, that is a communism. Okay, that's the reason why. But of course, the France don't care. They just want to get rid Germany once and for all because it's a thorn in their eyes. They don't want that to happen again. Okay, so they just want to totally be free from all this nonsense from Germany, and that's how he want to keep an hot eye on Germany on that. That's what our dear friend says. They fear that the Germany will develop a thirst for revenge and might find an opportunity to start another war as a result of the unfair peace and harsh terms brought to them. So Lloyd George thinks that this treaty is so harsh that in Germany 不可以死于翻身. That means it can turn over the tide, and that is what the main purpose of the treaty is. Sometimes if the treaty is too harsh or the terms and conditions is too harsh in the real business world, it's like from terms like the 14 points by this the US who put this will draw that they put this 14 points is actually want to have some leeways and some leniency and freedom for Germany. So if there's this contract, let's say you're doing a business with your friends or somebody else, if the contract say everything is they win, you don't have an advantage, then this terms and condition and contract is not useful. Okay. Just a quick one. Can I have a thumbs up? So far so good. If you can hear me, just a thumbs up, just to acknowledge, because I can't see your face. So just say a thumbs up if I can continue from there. Thank you, Ryan. Thank you. How Ray Chen, is it okay? And you can see Yi Chen also okay. Okay, Ray Chen, is it okay, Ray Chen? I didn't see your thumbs up, so sorry. Okay, while waiting, you can just read this one here. Can hear. Okay, I cannot emote. What do you mean? You cannot emote. Sorry. Sorry. I thought you. I read. I cannot remote. Sorry. Okay. Right. This is a good answer. Hurry. I don't know. This answer is you copy from somewhere on your own. To me, honestly, I don't care. Okay. It's not plagiarism here and there. It's good that at least you put in the effort. So please use that. Can you all use the word like scapegoat? Okay, and responsibility. As your German explain why you have been angered by this. So Ryan, just to answer you that question, just now you're asking, right, was this fair, right? You think German fair? No, of course not fair. Okay, and please copy this sentence. I like this sentence. For example, the heavy war reparations that we have to pay left a dent on our economy. So this dent, can you put that, left a big and deep dent on our economy and affected the daily social and economic lives of us citizens as a whole. Beautiful sentences. Good point. All right, so the next one will be about many years of massive poverty and starvations. Okay, henceforth, this one. Okay, dire straits. Yes, well said. These are all the good words. Should be in the recessions. Yes. Now this is a similar situation now. Now, as we speak now, at this time, today is 10th of February 2021. I believe there are some countries now. Recently, you can see Myanmar situations of about the democracy and the militarisms. You can see other countries in Africa, in other parts of the world, they are having against the governments and all these things. So, as I mentioned the past few lessons before, when you are going to write any essay, I think political, economical, and social, definitely political is the most important. As I mentioned before, 上梁不正下梁歪. The leader itself is a very important aspect in any history, in any part of the world. Okay, so I find that the political is the cause that create the whole economy. It's just like, take for example, for Myanmar, okay, I have no right to comment anything. It was run by Aung San Suu Kyi, and suddenly the military took over and say, I'm going to change your power. So can you imagine, just like, for example, take Raymond, Uncle Raymond, for example, I'm running my whole family with a capacity of 6 persons, including myself. And suddenly someone one day when I'm away for work, for example, someone came into my house and say, oh, Raymond is no more running this company or this family. I'm taking over all of you, including my wife, my children, and my mom. How would you feel? How would you think you can take it or not? So things like that. So leadership is very important. All right. So Hooray, I will say a thumbs up for this answer here. Then you keep asking me, so which one is which one here? I didn't mean it's very annoying. No. I like your very good attitude. This is way we learned. Okay, because of you, you make me to think. And do you know where I was thinking and how to give you a good answer? I was in the toilet. I'm serious. Don't laugh. I'm seriously. I only start thinking when I'm in the toilet. And that's where my answer to you. So that's these 3 lessons we are all talking about this study. But now you see, how rate questions on war guilds, cause or reparation. Okay, I want some of you, like Rayton, you cannot reply me emo. If you agree, of course, put me thumbs up. I want you guys to, oh wait, sorry, I'm reading an important message. Oh, okay. I want you guys to, what do you call this? A thumbs up. Okay, give me a minute. I just want to do something first. Side by side speaker full screen. That would be good. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. Okay. Now, what is a clause? A clause is something like a terms and agreement. Please Google it and find the meaning of clause. It's very important. War, guilt, clause, and reparations. So a clause is consists of a lot of terms and conditions, a lot of points, a lot of things that you must follow. It's just like a contract. Okay, let me explain. Just like a student who is being punished for late coming, cheating, fighting, afraid. Afraid is not, it's not a joke, okay, and bullying. So this boy, I will name it as Mike, okay? The discipline asked Mike to sign a disciplinary form for his bad behavior and send him for punishment or maybe detention and disciplinary action and may involve his parent. So I'm just taking Mike like German, okay, like Germany. So like Germany was late for coming to school, cheating and fighting. Then as a result, after investigation, after interview, and after getting witnesses and getting the victims to declare that, yes, Mike did bully me, did fight, and true enough, there's witness to show that he was cheating in the class and late comings. There was a record to show that he was late coming, not interested, whatever reason. Therefore, he has to sign here. Look, the punishment is 2 strokes of the caning, 1 month suspension from school, reporting for extra community service of 80 hours, reporting to police at certain timing. Parents are asked to sign an agreement that their son will have to abide to this contract. If not, a fine of 5,000 will be imposed to the parents, and the boy was sent to boys' home for 6 months. This is quite true in certain situations, as I mentioned before. Why? Because as a discipline, there are cases similar to these kind of things. So the student or maybe the parents will say, hey, not fair, Mr. Shong, or not fair, mommy, daddy, or not fair, discipline master. I'm not the only one who come late. I'm not the only one who cheat in the test or exam. And I'm not the one who initiate the fight. And I'm not the first one who yes, I bully, but I'm not the main person who targets certain student being bullied. Why should I sign this contract? Why should I take the responsibility and blame? And why should I sign these agreements when most of the blame should not be fall under my shoulder? I don't think it's fair. So similar like Germany, is saying that why should I start? You know, I'm not the one to start the war. I'm just helping my friends. My friend is being bullied in the war, so I help him and fight, okay, and take back their whatever they deserve. Why do you put everything on me on the blame? Is it because he can't find a scapegoat, or is it because I'm the one who is the leader of the whole gang? So that's why you punish me? 先擒贼，然后才擒王，是吗？先擒贼在擒贼先擒王 something like that, right? To take the leader of the tribes or the group. Is it fair? So my discussion with you, do you think it's fair for Mike Jack to have this? Jack is the surname. Do you think Mike should be get this punishment? It's a similar like Germany. So Ryan, to answer, do you think Germany's people feel, correct me if I'm wrong, that's your question, right? You're asking me, let me check your question again. You're asking me, how do I explain why the Germans felt that the TOB was unfair? Okay, how do you feel unfair? First, I was not involved in the signing. It's just that you all decide. So for example, like Mike's, Jack's, the parents might call in by the discipline and say, hey, look, your son have all these problems here, so I need you all to agree with the school. All right, your son will be suspended for 1 month. Like it or not, he will get 2 strokes of caning because of this. So you as a parent, because your son is still underage, so you have to do it, you have to sign the agreement. Then Mike will be, excuse me, and then maybe make matters so his handphone will be confiscated and things like that. So Ryan, you tell me, as a Germans, will you feel that when they are making their decision for their daily livelihood just because of France, Britain, and US and Italy making all this without me present? So it's just like imagine Mike is being punished without he being sitting there and witnessing that these are the terms and conditions and rules that is being made up for him while his parents is making an agreement with the discipline teacher or the school. Do you think it's fair? Or worse still, if Mike is not going to follow all these things, the last part, look at it, boys home for 6 months. It's no joke, no? It's just like asking Germany pay 6,600 pounds for the next 60, 80 years. Do you think it's a long, maybe 6 months? Okay, maybe it's just 6 months, but don't say 6 months. I put the person 6 day, excuse me, 6 days in the boys' home is also not fun. Okay, you have a criminal record, so-called, like things like that. So as a quick one, number one, I just want to show what do you call this? A thumbs up. Okay, the 4 of you, right? So yes, let's go. Do you think it's fair for Mike Jack to have this punishment? Thumbs up, you agree. Thumbs down, you don't agree. Or you can type it if you want to, right? Let's go. Don't waste time, because I got other things to share with you. Are you all there? Seriously? Last week, I can see Benny's face, so now I can't see all your face. So at least be kind to uncle, please. Can you reply me? Yes or no? Okay, please. Not fair, not really fair, I think. Okay. Not fair. Okay, how rate? Yes, thank you. Disagree, huh? Rates and disagree. Okay. One more to go, right? Who is that? Ryan, have you replied? Yes. Yi-Chen, you haven't replied to me yet. Yi-Chen. Yi-Chen replied already. Sorry. 1, 2, 3, 4. All reply already. No, only 3% reply. Yi-Chen, do you agree or not agree, please? Do you think it's fair to Mike Jack? Because I'm going to close this case and move on to Stalin. Hello, Yi-Chen. I want everyone to participate. Don't mind this. Okay. Oh, Yi-Chen say yes. It's fair. Okay, sorry. Thank you, sir. Thank you. So it's 3 versus 1. I would say this is a very hard decision, right, to make sometimes, just like for Germany. Once you make that kind of decisions, it's go down to history. It's just like if I were to have a harsh punishment on Mike Jack, it's going to bring down, he might be totally become a person who give up study and start to join gang. And since that is like losing hope with this kind of harsh punishment, he might decided to get up from the school and decided to become a private candidate and study on his own, maybe to turn over a new leaf. We don't know. So this is what I meant, is what the war guilt clause reparations is part, to me, is part of the war guilt clause. The war guilt clause is to state that there is a black and white, okay, there's a black and white to state that it is. And to answer to Ryan's that how the Germans felt about the Treaty of Versailles is that they are actually leading by the nose without a proper consultation to them, without a proper room, so write down, guys, without a proper place of room for negotiations, room for these compensations, to compensate, not compensation, to show compassions, not compassion, to show compassions towards them, because I believe not the whole of the German people agree to go to war. It's just that Japan, not all Japanese during World War II agree to go to war. Okay, so then again, this is something to take away, has to ponder. Next questions, okay, I got to move on fast. Next questions, we are talking about here about, are the terms and conditions fair to Mr. and Mrs. Jack, by showing it. Yes, quick one, please. So Mr. and Mrs. Jack is like referring to United Kingdom, Great Britain, France, and Italy and US, okay? So maybe Mr. and Mrs. Jack is, well, cannot control Mike Jack. So now he has somebody to control Mike Jack. So do you think that Mr. and Mrs. Jack will be happy with this? Okay, not fair to Mr. and Mrs. Jack, okay. Rachel, maybe you can just put one sentence or one liner to tell me why do you think it's not fair to Mr. and Mrs. Jack? This is where your academy or history, you can write A1 and very good essay, SEQ and SPQ. This is where you're going to use it in your real life, using your skills now to think. Okay, who else? Quite fair. Okay, how you say it's quite fair? Yeah, exactly. So it's quite fair to France, right? To as a punishment, because they are the one they are the one who has the most soldiers being killed in the World War I. Okay, and quite fair to the Britain also. Yes, agree. Now you see, you're analyzing this Treaty of Versailles now towards this Mr. and Mrs. Jack. And thanks to you, that's why I come out this idea to give an example. May not be 100% very close to it, but it's like similar. That's where you need to think. Can you imagine you put yourself as one of the minister at that time? You're going to make that kind of decisions and going to have an impact. And this impact, that's why some of them might regret and might keep it as a secret and sweep under the carpet. No? That they know, oh, that time when I made this decision was wrong, and the lead of nations is not very powerful enough to take care of some of the countries because there are not enough manpower. So, okay, Yi-Chen, can I have a quick one? Yi-Chen say yes, right, correct me. Okay, how about Ryan? How about Ryan? Do you think it's fair to Mr. and Miss Jack? No? Okay, in 10 seconds, gonna move out already. Yes, yes. You put a question mark, yes. Oh, no, okay. So then again, if I will quite agree with how Ray that is, yes, quite fair. Or you can put that to a certain large extent, yes, to the parents, because of if you don't punish the child might turn back. We never know. Or if you punish the child too severely, it might have repercussions and make the child to turn back against the parents or against the society. That's what they say, leopard cannot change, doesn't change its spot at times. Is it true or not? Okay, let's move on to Stalin. Okay, just as out of respect, because Ryan and Harry asked me about these questions, so I totally want to close this chapter and move on to Stalin, because Stalin is a very huge topic, as well as Hitler. So Harry, is it okay if you put the thumbs up? Can I just close it? Did I answer your question for this war guild clause? Thank you, sir. How about Ryan? Did I answer you that why Germany? Thank you, sir. Thank you very much for your response. So let's go quickly. Take note of this, dear. Okay, by now you all can find this in Google Classroom and this one. This is for SEQ. This is a recap, gentlemen. Okay, this is a recap to know what you must do. Okay, and like just now, my goddaughter brought back this the Japan went to World War II. Is it due to as the expansion policy? So she scored quite well, but surprisingly, the teacher put the magic words, however, moreover, thus. So I told her to underline it. Okay, if there's a chance, I'll take a picture with her permission. I will show you her essay. Okay, so that means it's true, right? You can imagine if you do not underline all these magic words, the task, hand, the THT. Do you see that? This one I'm pointing, my mouse is pointing with these three words. Now you have to think, if you are the marker at that point of time, you're marking 80 essay every day. This is where you underline this word is to tell you going to different level. I'm so sorry, I keep repeating like a broken record and things like that. Because through my years of experience as a history teacher and social study teacher, if I explain again, the student forgot. Explain again, forgot. Even the last minutes before exam, I repeat. My student told me that, you said that before, you mentioned this before, meh? Got meh? Have meh? Really, So I'm so sorry. It's just like a monk keep chanting and chanting. You like it or not, sorry. I just want you all to pass with good grades. That's all I want. So of course, the last part, you must ATQ. You know what's ATQ, right? Answer the question. Okay, yes, wait, I agree with the others. Okay, fine, Ryan, fair enough. Okay, I just saw your chat, sorry. Okay, let's move on to this. So of course, you know there are 6 different skills. Okay, and we talked about the reliability. Remember, last lesson we were talking about this girl go to the male toilet, the male go to the female toilet, and how do we check the reliability of his or her status by the IC, right? Remember, say Uncle Raymond is a gay. Should I prove it is a gay, or Uncle Raymond is a bad guy? How do I prove it? Cross-referencing. Remember, number 4 and number 5 is super important. Set3 student, I know you're at this point of time, you crazy, Uncle? I haven't finished 1 and 2. You're going to tell me 3, 4, and 6. Anyway, this lesson is for set 3 and 4. So it's a matter of time. You guys need to do 4 and 5. And that's the one who carry the most mark in the whole entire SBQ. All right. Then we'll talk about ICRA, how we're going to use each one. I stand for infer, C stand for CMAL, right? Okay, and comparison. And then the R stand for reliability, usefulness, purpose, and tone. Okay, so this one, take note. Every different SBQ expect have different way of answering. So what is SOPEL? Please take your pen and paper and write it down seriously, okay? What is SWOTPEL? Why do we need to use it in history, and how is SOPEL useful in history and in real life? Can I ask the 4 gentlemen, all right, seriously from the bottom of my heart, that when you write this, ask your parents what they are working, okay? I'm not asking how high they study, that's not important. Because if any of your parents who are working in any company, they will have to talk about SWOT, okay? What is SWOT? And later, after I go through, then next time, when you talk to your mommy, daddy, you are the same level like you're talking in the business world, and how this SWOT helps in your daddy company or mommy daddy company business, whether their own business or they work for somebody. Because SWOT is a criteria for analyzing individual as well as the company, as well as the organization, as well as the country, as well as the leader. But Uncle Raymond's add in PEL. That's my reason. Okay, so I'm going to show you this one, the next slide. So take note now. You have to write this. Look at my finger, my hand. You have to either you put SW in this way, horizontal. But my advice is to put vertical. Okay, ready? Where is my? Where is my? Oh, okay. Okay, so ready? Let's talk about strength. Okay, excuse me. Let's talk about Stalin. For set 3 student, let's talk about Hitler, Stalin, and your daddy. okay, or daddy, or your favorite person, whoever you want to. So I just I asked my goddaughter, I say Stalin's, Hitler, and her daddy name. Okay. So she was like shocked, saying, excuse me, my daddy is not as bad as Stalin and Hitler. Why you put him beside Stalin and Hitler? My daddy is not a villain. Say, no, 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 no. Okay, I have my reason. So please put your daddy as a third options. Okay, please. I have full respect to your parents. I want to use it in real life to show this Sopel. Okay, it's very useful in your SPQ, SEQ, and analyzing power. Trust me. Let me start. Before I start, may I have a cup of sip of water first? You all can drink it. Cheers. All right, strength. That is the first S. What is the strength of Stalin? What am I good in, Stalin? Write down, because if not, I thought already halfway, I forgot, that's it. So the strength of Stalin is what he used. He used his Bolshevik army, the Red Army. Some of you might be wondering, what am I talking, especially as a student? Don't worry, okay? You will get later to get to know it. What about Hitler? Worse, I haven't even started studying to tell me Hitler. But for the Sec4 student, you should know what it means. Okay, the strength of Stalin is to use the Bolshevik army, the Red Army. The strength of Hitler is which army? Anyone can tell me, please? Recap, please. Anyone, my dear friends? Guys? What is the strength for Hitler? Start with N. Yes, Ryan, it's Nazism. So that's the strength, right? He needs the strength to promote his idealism. So now, come back to your daddy. What is your strength of your daddy? So my goddaughter's father, my good friends, his strength is his degree in sales and marketing. Anyway, he's a businessman. So it's a degree in sales and marketing. Get it? So that is a strength. Okay. Now let's go to the next one. So how can I use this strength? Take note now. Can you draw, if you can, you use your foolscap paper to draw three columns. So Stalin, Hitler, and your daddy. Okay. So for example, if I put myself in, Uncle Raymond will be the third one. My strength is my not just my certificate. My strength is my years of experience that I'm able to use other people's ideologies and then modify and copy and learn through real life experience. We call it LLL. Okay, and you know it's LLL. For set 3 and 4, if you are doing social study, you should know. This word is super important, and in fact, next month I'm going for my further study, and hopefully it will not involve on Wednesday night. If I have to involve in Wednesday night, I'm so sorry, guy. You have to postpone to another day because one of my training is in TWAS. If I'm selected with this advanced diploma course in business and marketing, okay. So so sorry, and it's called lifelong learning. So how can I use this strength? Stalin used this strength is to go against certain group of people like the kulaks, the rich farmer. Okay, and Hitler used the Nazism, right, Ryan, goes against the communists. Okay, the Night of the Broken Glass. You should know that. Okay, later on, your daddy. What is how he used this strength? He used this strength to start on his own business, or use this strength to become a certain level in the corporate world, or use this strength to keep himself fit and strong. So there's many things that we can talk about it here. Okay, so this I'm just using as daddy as comparison. All right, then how can I improve? So we are talking about dear friends who Stalin, right? Oh my goodness. Oh, okay. Oh my. Okay, how can Stalin improve this strength? How can Stalin use the Red Army, and how can Stalin use this to turn to his favor? Like for example, Stalin was asking Trotsky not to carry the funeral of Lenin. How can he use it? Through orator skill, through spy, through his network. So Hitler, How Hitler used the strength to attack Poland, to go against Russia, to go against the League of Nations. What strength does he has? Okay, is it through Nazism or through his network or through his boldness to attack the country, Poland, Czechoslovakia, with Austria without the approval of the League of Nations? Then how can I improve the strength for like your daddy? How can your daddy improve the strength? Maybe he want to retake some courses, relearn and unlearn, or maybe your daddy want to improve by taking out some culinary skills to improve the cooking, or maybe you want to spend quality time with the family or things like that. Yeah, I'm just giving an example. Now that's the strength. Okay, just a quick one because it's going to be very tense for this one. You have to understand it, how you use it. Okay, because later your homework is that you have to design your own, and later I show you in the next slide, you understand what I mean. So as a quick one, okay, if you can all just say okay, thumbs up. I move on to weakness. I'm looking at on the other computer, so be kind to me. Thank you. Okay, it's a lot. Okay, there are 4 students, so if there are 2 students say yes, okay, thanks, thumbs up. Okay, thank you. Now weakness. You might think that is like weakness on your own. What is your weakness? Ryan's, Ray Chen's, Yi Chen, and Howry. What is your weakness? So your weakness for me, Uncle Raymond, weakness is I hate math. I don't like to do calculations. I will freak out. My weakness is I cannot sit still. Honestly, I'm an ADHD guy and an OCD guy. A bit of dyslexia, I have to admit it. So I cannot sit still. That is my weakness. I need to move around. Is this my weakness or is it my strength? Maybe that's my strength. So the weakness is not just weakness for Stalin, not weakness for Hitler, and not weakness for your daddy. Okay, the weakness here I'm referring to because Stalin can find the weakness on Trotsky, can find the weakness on certain things. So they turn this weakness into the next thing called opportunities. So what am I not good in? So Stalin is not good in what? Is he not good in because he's not good like Trotsky, who is very close to Lenin? So how can I channel this weakness to my strength? So since I know that not everybody loves Trotsky, so I'm going to use these people to spread rumors against him. It sounds like 三国演义. You know what I mean? Like the Romance of Three Kingdoms. If you play the game, online game, you should know. Okay, when I was your age, Romance of Three Kingdoms, I can play every night without fear. Okay, and that time is using floppy disk 3 and 5 and 1/4 inch one. Not like now, this type of things. Okay, next thing is that why do this weakness still exist in me or exist to my opponents? Can I turn this weakness to other things? So, for example, to my goddaughter's father, the weakness of him is that he doesn't like technology. He is very weak in technology. He knows nuts about technology, but he's good in other things. So how can this weakness of technology change to his opportunity? He knows that by using technology, he needs this technology to sell his item on where? Anyone can tell me? The most popular. Who is the millionaire in this whole world? Start with A, end with Z one, or end with O-N. Oh, sorry, my colleague is calling me. Okay, so Benny is not free. Okay, so what is it? Amazon, right? Online. So I suggest to him and say, hey, bro, why don't you turn your business to online consults? No lah, I'm not good in this technology. Why should I do that? Same thing. When Stalin and Hitler faced their weaknesses, he definitely had to get advice from his advisor, from his general. So how Hitler is going to fight in the desert fox, like one of the general called Rommel, and how to fight in the air, how to bomb the British, how to attack the Russians, how the Stalin kill the kulaks, how the Stalin do the industrialization and collectivization, how your daddy turns his weakness into his strength and turns it to be opportunity. 危机就是转机 like COVID-19. Not everyone is in a bad situation in Dire Straits. I liked how Rick mentioned about Dire Straits. Not everyone's are in deep-rooted problems. No. Your problems might be my opportunity. My opportunity, my problem may be your opportunities. Okay, so this is where history teaches us how to maintain this SOPEL. Okay, now let's go about weakness first. So the weakness of Stalin, they found that, okay, actually it's not my weakness. I managed to identify, write down, please. Stalin managed to identify his own weakness and his opponent's weakness. Hitler also identified his own weakness and his opponent's weakness. Your daddy is the same thing. He's able to identify his weakness and his own opportunity. For Uncle Raymond's, my weakness is, like I say, I don't like to do calculation. I love to do web design. As you can see, I did my own web design, my own website. But it's very amateur. It's not like those who are very fanciful, like very professional. And some of my ex-student who is now graduated, he can do a beautiful website, and even my logo and very things like that. So but because I know this is my weakness, but I know that I need a web presence, I need a logo, I need my guidebooks to have certain presence and professionalisms and marketing. I need expertise. So that's where my friends get expertise from Alibaba, Taobao, to expand his business in China, in Indonesia. I was a sales and marketing for him for a while, okay, while I'm teaching. So yeah, I'm suggesting to him what I've learned and using my history knowledge to share with him. So that's the weakness. So guys, so you are good, nah? Doing history is open up your mind. So okay, that's a weakness. Just like, okay, just suddenly I'll think of it. If you all know about, if you're not sure, then you just say, I'm not sure. You know about the Romance of Three Kingdoms, 三国演义. You know Liu Bei. You know why people want to join him? What is his strength? His weakness is he doesn't have a strong army. But why can he attract Zhang Fei, Guan Yu, Zhao Zilong, Liu Bei, 不是刘备，诸葛亮 ，too bad 他没有招 Uncle Raymond. If not, I'll go in, I will invent all the AK-47 and T-34 tank for him. Then Liu Bei will win Cao Cao. Wow, steady man, good. So you realize he knows his weakness. He doesn't have. Yes, Ray Chen. Yeah, well done. Because of his love of his people, yes. But do you know this is also his weakness, right? And do you know, as a Catholic, I'm a Christian. Okay, we should not believe in all these what 关羽、张飞啊，什么那个什么钟馗啊、包公啊。But these are all like my hero. And of all the people, I respect 关羽、张羽、关羽禅、关公。Every time I see when I was in China, I see the statue. I went in Taiwan, I see the statue of Guan Gong. I will really bow to him as a respect. Even in Hong Kong, all the police station respect him. So what is his weakness of Guan Gong? He's too kind-hearted, too 讲义气. So Cao Cao found his weakness and get him in. And finally, you know, one part Cao Cao was being let off because of 讲义气, okay, integrity and brotherhoods. And honestly, you see, that is the character. So this, you see, it can be used until today in business world. Why people like to buy from BreadTalk, buy 4-Leaf? Why don't buy from this new confectionery store for Uncle Raymond called Anyhow Talk Bread? Because I have nothing to show yet. Okay, so this is, you get the idea. So you see, from the 三国演义, you can tell, yes, everyone flocked to him, to Liu Bei, and everyone laughed at him. Oh, come on. You realize he has the best general. Cao Cao has a lot, but why people flock to Cao Cao? Because he's very aggressive. He looks like Stalin and Hitler, right? And this is how it works on that. Okay, let's move on to weakness. Okay, already, yeah? So actually, weakness and opportunity is kind of intertwined together. Now, opportunity is what are the best way to do things. So Stalin found which way the best to do things. He got two, right? 5 years plans, the industrial and the collectivization. Hitler also got 4 years plan. He better still. He want to speed up his process and want to make Germany strong, which he did make it. And he want to increase the populations. He want to make Germany to be the best Aryan race. He want to make Germany to be so supremacy that he wants not only strong. As you know, in World War I, Germany has the lousiest tank in World War I. But during World War II, Germany has the Gepard, the Leopard, the Tiger, the Panzer. Yeah, you can go, don't worry. You can bring your phone, but please mute your camera. That day I was doing Zoom. one of the presenters say, we are all adults. If you want to go to the toilet, please remember to mute your camera. Don't bring your camera, unmute and go to the toilet and see everything what you are doing. Especially for the ladies, so remember to mute your camera and your mic. Because if your mic, you don't mute, you hear the sound peeing. For the guys, still just kidding, okay? So guys, okay, where am I? So Stalin, why is it so strong? He can use the opportunities to do things. He used his big army. He used his way of spy. He used his ways of authoritative. You saw there's one source-based questions where this is a court case. You can see all the picture of Stalin's. From the judge to the lawyers to the juries to the whatever it is, the witness, all are Stalin's. Okay. Next, Hitler. Why is the opportunity the best way to do things? Okay, why Hitler becomes so powerful? Because he improved the 4 years plan and the best weapons. Russia, the T-34 tank is one of the powerful tank, and also the AK-47. Now, your teacher may not share with you all these things. It is important because with the strong weapon, remember the 5M, one of them is the machine. Okay, you need strong machines to protect your material and manpower and management and your money. It's just like in your house. Okay, you renovate your house so beautiful. You do not have a security alarm camera or even a watchdog, a real dog, things like that. Okay, then Stalin got, okay, Stalin 34, Hitler industrialization. What about your daddy? What opportunity does he use it? Okay, how to make things to improve it so that he can promote his career to the next level or promote his business and his product? And how can he have the possible chance to achieve this goal and objective? Now, you know, Stalin's goal and objective is to spread communism, which Trotsky wanted to do it very fast, but he wanted to internalize for Stalin himself. Then Hitler wanted to make Germany strong by attacking. He believed in expansion of territory. Okay, he believed the more land means more powerful, which is not wrong to say that. And how can I fully utilize this opportunity based on my advantage? Guess what? Hitler took Spain. And Spain at that time was having a revolution of the ideologies of fascism. He helped Spain, he helped Italy, Mussolini, and he helps Belgium, Austria, all these, so he can start getting all the soldiers. Japan is one of them, the Zero fighter, which is the plane, the Akagis, which is the aircraft carrier, the warship Yamato, right? All these are the technology that they have at that time. They turned it, they modified those weapons, ships in or things or planes into a fighting machine. That's the advantage, to show that they are power enough to conquer the world. It's just like your daddy, if he's running a business, how can he compete with the competitors? Or if your daddy is working for someone in the company, the boss will ask your daddy, hey, how are we going to expand our business? How can we capture more business opportunity? How can we win the competitors? Or how can we buy over the competitors? Or how can we get the competitors' staff to join us? Right? So these are the opportunities that lay, in fact, every day we have opportunities. It's how, look at the next one. So far, so good, huh? So the next thing is the threats. Who are my enemies itself? Is it myself or what? So when I put this, is that actually enemies is like Stalin. His own enemy is that it's back to his weakness. Okay, he may not have confidence. He distrusts a lot of things, just like Hitler. And don't forget, I think anyone don't agree or agree with me, just put it inside there. You know, Hitler nearly died during one of the assassinations, right? One of his generals wanted to kill him, but he was being saved by this big oak table, and the blast went off, but he saved him. Okay, so from that onwards, no, he didn't trust anybody. As a matter of fact, he only put on spy, planted spy, making sure that the final decision is made by him, because he realized the threat is not only his surrounding people, he lost confidence himself as well, especially the last part of the war. Okay, and that's why people are saying he commit suicide and things like that. How true? Okay, So what are the threats from the internal and external factors? So the internal factors like Stalin, he purged away those who are anti-Stalin, same as Hitler. In fact, it's the same as all the dynasty in the world. In fact, it's the same things in your daddy's company that he's working or he run the business. Okay, the worst thing is the threat is the most serious thing. When you have threats, means that there is danger. There is the elements of destroying. There is a sense of distrust and disbelief and make it to disorganize. So that's how World War II Hitler fell. He distrusts his general. He didn't believe that the soldiers cannot win in Stalingrad and Leningrad during the battle. Stalin at that time, later on, you will do Cold War and Korean War. Cold War and Korean War. Stalin also distrust some of his people and put other things in place. And do you know actually Stalin died in the sleep when he's supposed not to because of his way of doing things that his men also distrust him. So these are all the threats. So how do we, you see, how can I physically, emotionally, or any methods to get rid of these threats? Okay, can I use a very good example of the San Guo Yan Yi? Well, Liu Bei, do you think have threats? Anyone? Do you think Liu Bei is threat or Cao Cao have threat? Do you know the guy Hua Tuo, right? The Shen Yi, the doctors who want to operate Cao Cao's migraine. And he told Cao Cao that you need to cut and take out the things, right? The tumor. Cao Cao thought you crazy. It means you're going to kill me. At that time, nobody believed in operations. But Hua Tuo is a Shen Yi, is a magician. It's not. It's the prodigy of the medicine, the doctors. But this same thing, the threat, Cao Cao disbelieved. And end up what happened? He slowly died of brain tumor, if I'm not mistaken. And how about Liu Bei? What is the threat? He believed too much of things. He's being too kind-hearted. Okay, and because of that, the next generation cannot run. Just like Qin Shi Huang, he thought that he can run the country for 100 over year, 2000 years. The moment he died, his son ruled about less than 5 years or 3 years. That's the end. Sayonara. And the Han Wuti came in. Why? Threat is very important. Whether you're sincere or not sincere, you trust or not trust, and how this change is that this is where, let's go out the next one. Because I realize for my years of experience working, you can tell me about SWOT. That is the situation that you see, but how can we prevent it? How can we make it better? Or how can we make sure that these threats will not become a threat, but help me to make it better? So this is where it is. First, okay, are you writing down? Hopefully, yeah. Because all this is copyright. I did it in 2002. I think you are not born at that time, right? Okay, guys. Okay. So first, Stalin had to plan to make sure that his 5-year collectivization and industrializations, that he is able to rise to power. Then he had to produce result, correct now, to show that his plan, his master plan is working, so that he can perform as the leader of Russia. And he perfect it by getting rid of those threats so that he can make Russia profitable. Tells the story? Happy, yeah? So let's move on to Hitler. Sorry about threat also here. I forgot. Sorry, guys. It's also your daddy. Definitely people might be jealous of your daddy, whatever reasons or things like that. Or no, that's life. In school, I believe there are people also jealous of you. You might jealous of others. Don't get jealous of people. Always remember, the more you're jealous, why you put things on jealous of people, they got Mercedes, they got rich. Why don't you put this jealousy aside and improve yourself? Seriously. And that's what Hitler and Stalin do. Okay? He knows that person is better and he want to improve himself rather than do this. If you cannot, of course, that's how they do, they kill off. But in real life, we cannot kill your friend, you cannot kill your enemy. That is illegal. There's a death penalty in Singapore, right? So how do you get rid of these threats? It's either you make yourself improve. This is where the P comes in. You need to plan. Okay, like your daddy, that sometimes your daddy or mommy come home very tired, very sad, being stabbed by the customers or whatever. Stab means not really stabbing, or the colleague play politics and things like that. I think you heard until you see already. So how are we going to help your daddy, mommy? So things like that, you need to sit down and plan. What happened to mommy? If your parents want to share with you, of course. So same thing, one day you're going to go out to work. They're bound to have colleagues that cannot work with you. They're bound to colleagues jealous. They're bound to colleagues who very honest and sincere and faithful and work with you hand in hand. Just like me, after resigning with so many years, my ex-MOE teachers are still contact with me. My ex-discipline teachers group also contact with me. And many years ago, when I worked in Fuji Xerox, they're still friend contact with me and things like that. So you need to have a very plan. As you heard before, right? If you fail to plan to fail. So Stalin and Hitler also plan. Your daddy, mommy also plan. How they plan? Can I rest for a while and tell me how they plan? How they plan your future? For those set for this year, right? How are you going to plan your next lap of your career? You need a plan, correct, guys? Agree, right? Okay, while you're typing, I just continue. So when Hitler is planning, he want to make sure that League of Nations got a loophole. Okay, he want to produce something to see whether League of Nations can prevent him or not. It performs by attacking Poland or Czechoslovakia and Austria and see how it works. Then he perfect his maneuvering and manipulations later on from Poland and break away the pact with Russia. That's the last straw. When the appeasement start to say, the UK say, sorry, I'm not going to, the Prime Minister says, sorry, I'm not going to work with you. I'm going to declare war with you. But sad to say, this morning I brought my mom to hospital to take out her stitches while reading this book called Think Like a Freak. So one part, the story was talking about Winston Churchill in 10 October 1941. He told a group of the students, never give in, never give in. This is where the time the German was bombing Great Britain. So Winston Churchill was the prime minister at that time. Never give in. So he's using his mentality, his charisma, that's where you see, there's the E here already. His efficiency and effectiveness. Now you always remember E plus E equal to excellence. Just like Albert Einstein, how he come out the E equal to MC squared. He start to plan, he produce, he perform by showing the formula, and he perfect the equations. And profitable, not necessarily profitable must have money, yeah. Profitable means to show good result. And that's why until today, when we talk about Albert Einstein, correct me, there's an E equal to MC squared, right? Correct me, please say yes. Because I can't see your face. At least last week got people nodding, so I can't see. Right, E equal to MC squared is Albert Einstein. Yes, thank you, sir. Thank you, Ishan. So you see, with the efficiency and effectiveness, that's why today you are in set 3 and set 4. Because you're set 1 and set 2, you plan, you know what subject you want to carry out in your set 3 and set 4. And this set 3 and set 4 is a career path for your future. So same thing when Stalin was thinking, he have to find the best efficiency time management, which is 5-year plan, which is 4-year plans for the Hitler, and which is true for your daddy. Sometimes your daddy have to shift house from one place to another place. For what purpose? For your sake. Why some parents have to move 1 kilometer near to the primary school to get into the good school? I am so sorry. Okay, I always say that I never believe, and I repeat myself as this is recording, I never believe every school is a good school. I only believe every school is unique. Every student is unique. Every teacher is unique. The word uniqueness, Singapore uniquely, the uniqueness. Okay, I'm not saying every school is a bad school, no. But I don't believe in this concept called every school is a good school. I believe every school is unique. It means that they have different criteria, different benchmark, different standards for certain people, for certain students. Same thing. Stalin, also the same. They have different set of armies, different rule. So they have the different time. So why they push all the farmer, all the peasants to the city life to do industrializations, to build, and then to do have collectivization all the crops. and the Hitler move the whole nations, get rid of the communists, get rid of the LGBT, the Gypsy, and make Germany strong again. Because they need the next thing, effectiveness, to run the country to be very successful. Isn't it the same now, gentlemen, that because we have a good time management for the past few years, that every time we have this exercise called temperature taking, because of the SARS incidents, okay, I think some of you will remember that. Then some take temperature and sometimes e-learning is saying, what the crap is this, man? Why must we do? Then we need to test the system to make sure the system is working. And true enough, when the tsunami or the COVID-19 came about, we are able to have the effectiveness to showcase the is it the SLS, school learning system, right? True enough. And why can we give token the mask on time? Because of sustainability. That's what you have learned in social study. That is talking about diversity. Yes. Oh, I thought it's not Singapore learning space. I thought it's school learning space, right? Not Singapore. Correct me if I'm wrong. Because my little boy is also SLS. So you see, you create this, yeah, yes. So you create this student learning space. Why? Because they don't want to disrupt learning. So that learning can take place even there's this COVID or this thing. Do you know, 2 weeks ago, I want to buy flower for my house. So I went to this nursery. I saw this young girl there. It was around 11 plus p.m. Most of this age group is around your age. So I can tell, okay, please, I'm trained to tell people. So 我说小妹啊，你不用去读书咩？你不是本地人是吗？因为你怎么知道？是啊，我是联邦人。I'm from Malaysia. How you know? I mean, can tell lah. Not because you speak. I never talk to him. Then why I cannot go back? If I go back, I got to swap here, swap there. Then okay, no, then swap, then go back. No, but I go back and swap. The school don't open. The school stop. I say, huh? So your school stop can do online learning what? The Wi-Fi is bad. Huh? Wi-Fi bad. Then use whatever means and do online. But my school don't have the e-learning facilities. You see? You see? I am very proud of my country, Singapore, because of the 3E there. I'm not saying Malaysia is bad. No. Malaysia also helps Singapore by providing a lot of things. I cannot say other countries are bad. Countries are bad is those who create terrorism. Why do you kill others? If you want to fight like a gentleman in the war, one-to-one, soldier to soldier. Why you kill civilians? I don't think it's fair. This is inflict of injury unnecessary. I dare to tell you this seriously. Okay? Some people is being radicalized because of religions or this sensitive issue. Okay, but so far I'm just sharing this part here. So effectiveness, efficiency equal to excellence. Agree? So you can talk so much on SWOT about Stalin's, Hitler, but that's where they start to have their P effects. When they have all these 5P, they start to see how they're going to manage this. And of course, gentlemen, with this P and E effect, okay, you have a good leadership. Because this is where they show the hardcore evidence. Oh my goodness, this is how Stalin run the fire collectivization. Wow, this is Hitler to run the Nazisms, the Nazis youth movement. Wow, this is we call Ray Chen's daddy, Hao Ray daddies, Ryan daddy, and Yi Chen daddy. No, guys, I agree, I salute to you that definitely 1000% you will respect your grandfather. Right? Definitely. I do respect. My grandfather went through the war. Okay. I respect him so much. But why not say you don't respect your daddy, please? Let's think about the next higher level. Why you respect your grandfather? Because he went through this. SWOTPEL. If not, do you think your daddy can be here and your mommy can be here? Your daddy and mommy definitely have to went through a lot of this because your grandfather, even though you can tell me some of your grandfather may be very uneducated, not highly educated or whatever it is, putting education aside, SWOTPEL is actually talking about your lifelong experiences, your instinct, your creativity. Stalin got a master degree. Hitler got a master degree. You know Hitler start from a corporal, right? Answer me yes or no. During World War I, he's just a corporal. And he climbed up all the way to Chancellor, to Führer, right? Agree to Sec 4 student? He was a very low rankings officer. Stalin was also not very high. Right, Ray Chen, you agree, right? Corporal, then you promote. If you need to watch that movie called Hitler, then you understand it. History student, don't just read your textbook. Please, if you just want to pass history A1, then I got nothing to say. If you do have the passions of history, why I can relate with you 三国演义, 春秋战国, 秦始皇, 汉武帝, 唐宋元明清, all different, or even have you thought about the Egyptian war? Do you talk about the civil war between the US and the Yankees, the Americans versus the British? You talk about the Samurai War? Okay, so these are the things that using Sobtel. Okay, Sobtel is not just for the sake of like Stalin doing this, because later you have impact, trust me, okay? So this is about the leadership as an individual. Now to sum up the Sobtel for Stalin is that because he had done a great deal for the country of USSR, Union Soviet Socialist Russia, or listen carefully, CCCP, 3C, yeah? As in the Russian word, is something like the P stand for party and the communist central, something like that. And Hitler, from a Nazism, Hitler, from to a corporal to a chancellor to a Führer, he promoted himself. He's just like your grandfather who went through a lot of all these SWOT. Then you start to plan. Why some older generation, they start to plan from China to come to Singapore, to come to Malaysia, or migrate to even San Francisco, or even my Vietnamese godmom during the Vietnam War. Okay, he has to migrate to San Francisco. And now she's about 70 plus, and I'm so sad that I can't contact her because she doesn't use email. Why? Why do your grandparents, how they perform so that they are enough to be profitable to feed your parents? How they manage the time, the amount of things they sacrifice. So Stalin, to be honest, Stalin and Hitler, definitely they have sacrificed their life for the sake of the countries because they love the countries. But if they love the countries, they have somehow or other have to get rid of certain things. That is the threats. It makes sense, right? So guys, when you learn history now, use the Sobtel. You can use it in yourself. And you can look at others as well as your friend. So same, I'm not sure the four of you play football. My favorite team is definitely Tottenham Hotspur. Recently, it was up and down, and then I can see other teams. Okay, I also a football coach in my previous school together with my coach. So sometimes we know certain players can play defense, attack, goalkeeper. Okay, and I also teach track and field before soccer. I got this small little boy, very small size. Mr. Shang, I want to run 100 meter. Everyone laugh at him. Then I say, why not you run 4 by 100 meter? Huh? What is 4 by 100? You know what is 4 by 100, like 4-person relay. Then later I say, why not you run 3,000 meter? Huh? But my leg very short, I'm very small size. But guess what? His strength is he has strong stamina. Get it? So this is one way of example to analyze. So when you come to study for Sec4 student, don't fret, don't stress. You must impress and express, not to depress. So when you have this one, plan your schedule properly. Which is the subject that is not strong? Don't use the subject say it's weakness. Huh? Never say any subject that is weak. If you have this mentality of weakness, you see Stalin and Hitler never say they are weak. They use the weakness on their opponents rather than to them. Their weakness of opponent is an advantage to them. So take note of that. So never say, oh, my weak subject is math, my science. I can say that. Uncle Raymond can say that. I hate math. My subject that I hate most is the weakness is math. I can say that I'm a 50 plus. I have nothing to worry about. You guys cannot afford to give up any subject now. So you have to change this mentality from the weakness subject to how to change it to opportunity to make it your strength, not a threat. The moment you have the threats and the weakness, sayonara, good luck to you. If Stalin and Hitler were to find all these threats there, they cannot proceed to be the leader of the countries. So how they get rid of the threats? They use this, the 5P, right? Don't believe? Oh, sorry. Sorry. I should be going back to this one here. Sorry, yeah. Okay. Are you okay? Sorry, because the other screen something wrong. Can you thumbs up to me? Did you see the reason for the rise of Stalin? Yes, everyone can see. I just need one person to answer me will do. Yes. Reason for the rise of Stalin? Okay, thank you. Can see, yeah? Okay, thank you. All right, thank you, Rayson. Now let's go through this one. Okay, please take your pen and write down. When I say write down, please join me or write down. But this one don't need to write down. So take note about these three things. When we talk about Stalin, there is these things, it's like a triangle, a mountain. The background, the rise and the fall. Always like that, it's a triangle. Okay, it's like a pyramid, all right? So the rise of Stalin, the why is the reason. Take note of, do you know anyone about this TZAR? Can you type for me what is TZAR stand for? Anyone? How Ray and Ryan's, you have to take note of. Nicholas the Tsar II is the Emperor of Russia. Okay, Lenin hated him very much. Okay, Lenin is the founder of the communists in Russia. His brother was being killed by Nicholas the Tsar II because his brother was want to revolt against Nicholas the Tsar. He's a very lousy emperor in Russia. Okay, one of the story inside is called the Rasputin. It's one of the guys who slept with the emperor's wife. Can you imagine that if you are the general, how you feel? But because of that, Nicholas the Tsar had a very weak son. But because of that, the Rasputin can make the son back to good health. So Nicholas the Tsar believed Rasputin is so-called a priest lah. Okay, you go and search, you know what I mean. There's this song called Ra Ra Rasputin that by Bonnie M song. You know what I mean. So I want to cut the story short here. So these are all the three things that makes our dear friends rise because of all these incidents. All right, then Lenin took over Russia. Then later, after our dear friend, he passed away. Some say he died of stroke. Some play some play the devil advocate by saying that he was being assassinated or poisoned or things like that. Now, realize if Lenin were to die using the Sotel, Stalin will be very happy, right? Because I will be the next. But unfortunately, Trotsky is the second right-hand man. So now is the eye of the thorn, Trotsky. So Stalin had to do something to get rid of Trotsky so that we know history cannot change its course. Stalin is the leader of Russia. But in the process, how did Stalin use SWOTPEL? So you can see here, our dear friend, right? Okay, Sec3 student, pay attention. Some of these questions may come up in the SPQ and SEQ. So please pay attention. I'm very bad in the Kamenov, Rokov, Zinoviev, Burkin, Trotsky. I only can pronounce these last two. The rest, I'm very poor in pronunciation. You ask me to pronounce Japanese name, I can give it to you, okay? So sorry about that. So this is one, the death of Lenin. So why are you showing me this one? By right, these are the 6 person, right? Carry the coffin of Lenin means these are the 6 important person now. Okay, then these are the 6 person here. Okay, now, can I, just now I was arguing with my goddaughter. If you put Hitler and Stalin together side by side, who has the most resembled like a father figure? Now, out of these 6, quickly, yeah, of the Emperor of Russia, yeah. But do you know he died of a terrible death? That one we skip that one first. So do you agree out of these 6, Stalin looked more like a fatherly figure? The rest of them like drug addict like that. Sorry, respect to them. Okay, sorry, you might laughing. Okay, to me, Stalin, you don't believe seriously because a lot of SBQ will show Stalin carrying a baby, a child, or with all the children surround him, like a fatherly figure. Then you say, not true, leh? Hitler also got a lot of children and all of these things. Yes, he showed a fatherly figure, but to a hidden agenda. To me, Hitler fatherly figure is not genuine like Stalin. Okay, you go and look at it for yourself. So I asked my goddaughter to put 2 pictures side by side with children. Once she done it, okay, maybe I can WhatsApp or no, I can put it and show you. Okay, let's move on now. This is not the thing. Okay, this one now, ready? Why? By the way, this slide is not done by me. I don't want to get credit, but this slide is 120 pages, if I'm not mistaken, but it's very good. I won't go through all. Okay, I like this one here. So they ask you to form in the group of, okay, this one I skip. Who was the likely successors of Lenin? Important characteristic of leader. So take note of these two questions, part 1 and part 2. This is where the SWOTPL come in. Swaptel, okay? So this one, this one, this is the one, gentlemen. This is the one. Please pay attention. Please, tolong, pay attention. You realize ABCDs, these are all the candidates, right? Wei Chen, answer me, anyone? I don't know what you mean. Okay, sorry. So these are the 6 candidates. So imagine Ray Chen, Hao Ray, Ryan, and Yi Chen, you are all the CEO of the company. Stand for Chief Executive Officer, right? No. Can easily override. Ha 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 ha. Just kidding. So you are the director of the company. Okay? Now you're going to choose the best candidate to run for the general manager post, for example. Like Lenin, you're going to choose the next successor, right? So all this here, ready? I find this slide super good. This kind of description, like rank most likely to say, okay, go 1, 2, 3. You see, wow, beautiful. Let's go one at a time. I put GZ. I don't want to pronounce the whole name. So GZ is a good character. So you see the strength winners. You realize that now? You see that, right? Okay. What? Then you say, hey, uncle, where is the opportunity and threat? Where is the P in L? You tell me so much. It's all here, inside here. Good orator. Okay, we just take one factor first. Okay, so this is good orator. Okay, Rykov is strong political position. Trotsky is number 2 to Lenin. Wow, number 2 to Lenin. Okay, Nikolai will be close to and well liked by Lenin. Oh, this one also got threat. Okay, the Commonwealth is strong political power. Party secretary in Moscow and later commission were also very powerful. Joseph Stalin, similar. What is that? Various portfolio in the party. So, which give him political power. My goodness, everyone got so many strength, you only got one. So to A to E, F is not a threat. Okay, let's go to 1. The rest you read for yourself first. I got my reason. Oppose the October Revolution. His loyalty as revolution was questions. That means he's against Lenin. Oppose the October Revolution against the Nicholas Society. His loyalty was a question, not an intellectual. So okay, so that's the weakness. So can you as a Lenin? Now you Lenin. Do you think want to put this guy in the next in line? Not always well liked for his straightforwardness. Too straightforward. Okay. No, of course no. You want to put you say very straightforward. That means imagine I'm Lenin. You say, Uncle Raymond, you botak lah, you cannot lah, not nice lah. You so fat, your stomach so fat, no 6-pack, only one big fat pack. Cannot be leader lah. Wow, very straightforward lah. Which is true lah. I'm very fat lah. I botak, no hair. So straightforwardness lah. Is it good? And honestly, sometimes I prefer this kind of people than talking behind your back. So next one, Trotsky. Feared by other portfolio members who saw him as arrogant. You know why? Of course, arrogant lah. Hey, hello. After Lenin is me, no. Of course, I'm arrogant. It's just you remember the North Korea. You know who is the North Korea leader, like the Doraemon? Imagine I stand beside him. I'm a second in charge. Oh my goodness, the whole North Korea is mine. I can bring BTS, G-Dragons, everyone inside. Give me a minute. My daughter called me. Sorry, I need to be, might be urgent. I'm very sorry. My daughter just called me that there's a downstairs a old man dementia can't find his house. So she asked me where is the block. I'm so sorry. Yeah. So you see, he's being feared by everybody. Arrogant. So as Stalin, I will found the weakness already. I can start to talk to A, B, D, and E to get rid of C. Let's move on. Let's move on. Let's talk about Nikolai. Support of the NEP and unpopular policy, which communist headline not from the extract. That means he also like number B like that, okay, and A. Okay, good. Oh, sorry. So let's move on to this. Oppose the October Revolution again. Oh my goodness. It's also someone, okay, opposed Lenin on few occasions. Then this one, view as someone, okay, Stalinton, view as someone who could only manage routine work, not an intellectual, but an administrator, disliked by Lenin. Why? So confirm lah. So A to E will know that Stalin, no chance. But to him, this is his weakness, right? But Stalin don't look this as his weakness. You dislike me, right? Never mind. Anyway, the moment you die, it's not my problem. Okay, Lenin, when you die, whether you like me or not, I will find my way to carry it from A to E. As long as A and E don't die, I got problem. You die, never mind. Okay? Very smart guy. Very unscrupulous, very sly, very cunning. Okay, so what happened? After he checked through all these swaptail, he realized that, guys, you all agree with me, no need to say. Obviously, C will be the biggest threat to Stalin, right? True enough. Definitely, right? Because you see, he's a commissioner of the army, he controls the army, he's number 2, he's brilliant and capable, and he get rid of Nicholas the Tsar during the revolutions. Obviously, he's the second man, and the next person in line that I fear most will be Nikolai, right? Close to Lenin. So either I get rid of C and D, but after looking at their portfolio and the profile, I think I better get rid of Trotsky first, which is true, right? One of the reasons why rise to power is Trotsky. So he might take, you see, he might take D and E to become his ally, to fight against C. Very unscrupulous guy. Now you understand. Same thing for Hitler. To jump the gun, sorry for the Sec3 student, but just a head start. So imagine this is Hitler. How are we going to put Hitler here? Weakness of Weimar governments, okay? And then the communists here. And then we talk about the aggressions of the Treaty of Versailles and the League of Nations and things like that. So how sorry, what am I talking about? How Hitler is going to get rid and become the leader of Germany. So same thing. Given that there was, what am I talking? Given that there were so many suitable successors right here, okay, why did Stalin win the leadership contest? Ready? What were the reasons that followed? See, fortune, circumstances, SWOTPL. Under fortune, can you write down? Please write down fortunate, not fortune. Oh yeah, Chinese New Year coming in, too much fortune. Sorry, guys. Fortunate circumstances. This is where can you put the SWOT? Okay, I just type to the rest just in case. So this one will be under O, opportunity. Fortunate circumstances, opportunities to turn into his strength. Okay, opponent weakness, steady definitely is under W, weakness, and this is also may not be his threats. The threats will be here, manipulations to pretend to be close to Lenin. So why I consider this as threat, because I already identified 2 very strong key persons very close to Lenin. Therefore, I need to get rid of these threats by close to Lenin. True now? Of course. Actually, you can go to SlideShare to check it out, okay? So I got this from SlideShare. Yes. Yes, of course. I find this this one is super true, right? Very useful, right? It really helps you to understand. So no need to memorize history like that. It's just like you're like a director, a boss interviewing people to get the right candidates to run a company, or to run your franchise, to run your overseas business. So can I continue, Rayton? Thank you. So control the party organizations. Remember the PE, the plan, and then they execute the plan. Exploit the ideological divisions. Okay, so this is where the threat is and their weakness from others. So because they cannot see eye to eye, steady. That will be my strength. I'll do it, and I'm going to get rid of them and make me as the leader. Then you see, Lenin had become suspicious on the Stalin characters after he went into semi-retirement in 1930. So Lenin already 身体不好了, not very good. And the 2 men often quarrel. So what they quarrel? Anyone can just, my take is the quarrel is that, since you're like that, I've been running all your admin stuff. Without the admin stuff, do you think all these things can run smoothly? Then Lenin might say, no, Trotsky is the one who get rid of the Nicholas Tsar and help me to fight. If I don't have strong army, how? People will attack us. Isn't it? You don't know, man? Because of the October Revolution, if not today, communism will not be appearing in USSR. No, Lenin. You see, because of all these things run properly, I know who is good to you, who is not good to you. So I'm sharing with you, this guy, that guy. So finally he decided, oh no, cannot. He found that Stalin is the eye in the thorns, a thorn in the eyes, thorn in the eye, so he cannot. So how he going to remove him from the positions? Wow. That is the thing. Can you imagine? You work for this company, and then suddenly, okay, and then your boss or your ever say, no, Ray Chen, how Ray, Ryan, Asian, I don't need you already. Please go away. They say, boss, I've been working for you for 5-10 years. 没有功劳也有苦劳，你这样叫我走。Yeah. Maybe because of that, you see, if Stalin can think of the swap to get rid of his opponents, do you think Trotsky, Nikolai, and Kinov and other people, they also the same candidates also would start to spread rumors against our dear friend, right? Definitely, what? So how come after this, when Lenny was talking about, okay, let me make the thing smaller. Is this a small? Okay, so okay, sorry, you missed out this part already. I think it's truncated. So was read out in the meeting of Central. It was after his death, right? All his successors agreed that testament will not be made public. Has Lenin criticized all of them? You see that? So I pause here. Is that seriously? First, you are the boss. You want to choose a successor, and you're going to condemn all your 6 successors. It's like back to square one. What is the moral of this story tells you, guys? If you can't choose a successor, then you have to start to use the plan to see which one is the best. If you really cannot find a successor to run the company, get someone out of this 6 successor, if possible. But sadly to say, maybe Lenin, okay, I use the word maybe, or maybe yes, Lenin have other successor in mind, or maybe his children, or whatever it is. But why? There must be a reason. Why? Because his mind may not be on the right frame of mind to decide, or he's being too many people giving him a lot of feedback, a lot of information overload his head. So at that time, he's not well ready. So you see, sometimes that's why I say you must plan. If you don't plan, fail to plan, good luck to you. So come back to this. So Stalin could retain his position as a SG, Secretary General, as Lenin advised for Stalin to remove from his position was not carried out because the testimonial is that right, hooray, like the war guilt clause like that. So it's useless. You put everything at the end of the day, you don't follow. Just like Mike Jack, okay, he decided you put everything. Yeah, I don't care. So what happened? Maybe he decided the parents give him the passport and asked him to leave Singapore and flew to other country. Like this Michael Frey like that last time. And this who Amos, was this Amos V? Is it that guy who criticized Lee Kuan Yew? Was it Amos V? Right. We went back to US and now he created himself a big hoo-ha in US, something like that. So hence Lenin testimony did not achieve its standard. Okay, take note of this, Sec3 student. You might be tested on this one, the testimonial, the testament. The testament is that it is where Lenin secretly write this to tell to the, because communist parties consist of many members, but these are the top board of directors. It's just like Takashimaya, CK Tang, Giant, Samsung, or all these big company, or HP, Lenovo, they got this board of directors, 就是股东. So they will decide, but 股东也有那些小人物, all the shareholders will vote for it. So they have to answer to these people here. So by retaining his position, Stalin could assign his supporter. Now, you as a secretary general means very high post. So he decided to start using the Sopel to attract people. Now, it's always 2 hands to clap. You one hand, you're very powerful, you get all the peoples. The other hand, you need them to join forces so that you can present as a leadership. And thank you very much for Trotsky being unpopularity. Now, seriously, Trotsky's downfall is because of his arrogance. He thinks that whatever he has done for the party, for the country, he deserves the best, which it sounds like in 三国演义 some of the general think that 我是老将，我帮曹操打了这么多仗 I should get the best of it. But Cao Cao doesn't believe in this kind of things. Okay, he believe in certain things that if you can do this, you must 狠，要快，要什么. So there's a very nitty gritty stuff that Cao Cao does. So same thing. Okay, that because of his very petty, 小气. So Stalin can grab hold of his Trotsky leg, his weakness, and turn to his opportunity, and tell the rest of them, this is your threats. If you support him, good luck if you want to support Trotsky. That wake up the rest of the candidates to support Stalin. Okay, cool, right? Okay, so this one is just really disloyalty to, okay. It's the later parts when you start to be arrogant, thinking that since I'm always close to Lenin, I'm going to be the next in line. But to make matter worse is when Lenin died, Trotsky did not go and carry the coffin. Thanks to Stalin, who framed him up, saying that Trotsky's funeral will be on another following day or so. So too bad he did not come down and this make people think that not only is arrogant, he don't respect Lenin at all as the founder of the Communist Party. Of course, right? Well, sounds like very secret societies, those leader 黑社会老大，那个老大死掉，你没有来吊山，你没有讲义气，兄弟们不高兴。Well, sounds like very gangster, man. 无间道。Sorry. Okay, so that's about the reason number 3. Okay, then there's the coffin that Stalin is standing, and the best, he choose position also very good. You don't choose here, there, behind. Do you know who is the one behind? Only the front can see, right? You don't see. Then he purposely choose the front one. And near camera, wow, he very photogenic. He stand in front. Wow, you see, take picture. I think last time got handphone. I think everyone selfie or Wi-Fi with him already. Okay. So he pretend to be close. And this is where he used his weakness to become his opportunity. His weakness, remember, was not close, was not this, but he turned it to his opportunity. Make it seem that Lenin trusts him. It's a disguise. Okay? Right? Remember the Sopel I told you, right? He turned the opportunities and helped to make sure that he is able to be seen as the next leader of Russia. Of course, doing so much thing, the purpose is to make sure that he runs the country with his, can you write down? Can you write down this one? Very important. With his iron fist. So take note of the last sentence. Became chief mourner and give. You see, chief mourner. So this is the main person. My question to me, I've been teaching this topic for so many years. I was thinking, who the hell gave him the authority to be the first one? Or is he the one initiated? Or is he the one persuade the rest to be the first one? And if I also have the same kind of feelings and same kind of a hidden agenda, same kind of behavior, attitude, that hunger to be the next leader, I won't want him to be the first one here, right? I also want to be the first one to take over. How can he be able to persuade someone that he can be the forefront? Like, see, like look like the obvious next leader. Steady, right? Not easy. No? That's why we see when he came into power, when he came to be a leader, he's not going to give up this so easily. Okay? He's not going to think that I have the weakness. He has no time to think of his weakness. He has more time to think of how to turn the strength, opportunities, and threat into his advantage. This is all I care. The rest, I don't care how you're going to do it. Okay? So I'm going to stop here. Guys, remind me, I stop at this part here on page 21 out of 122 slide. Of course, I will just put in the Google's Classroom and you can read it through, but it was good for me to explain that particular things. Can I go to the lesson? Guys, please take note of this exercise here, okay? Please take note of this exercise here, which is the SPQ. Okay, it's taken from one of the books, is from my ex-colleague's guidebook. She's a very good professional teacher. So I was thinking, why not we use this as a homework? Now, guys, take note now, please. Look at the four corners of every source-based questions. I repeat, look through all the four corners of every source-based. So the four corners. So this corner will be standing face. This corner will be a mountain of pyramids of skull. I got student tell me, huh? 这是骨头, 骷髅头啊, skull 啊. Then I ask him, then what do you think? 我以为是面包. I think you're laughing away now. I say, can you look closely? Do you think it look like 面包 to you? 馒头 meh? Yeah, look like bread to me. Then what is the purpose of this Stalin pointing? Oh, they are inviting the Russian to eat the bread ma. What do you mean? Because they are very poor, no food to eat, so they invite them. Say, please, please, please. Look at what you say. French cartoon from 1930 showing Stalin calling on people to visit the pyramids of the Soviet Union. These pyramids, look carefully. Not very clear. Look. So that is the reason here. You see the corner, this corner here. I'm showing this corner here, and this corner here. These are all the French words. Okay. So this word itself tells you this one. Now, if you have a general knowledge and the contextual knowledge, do you think Stalin will be so nice to invite people to eat the mantou here, invite them for a party here? Obviously not, right? And the good thing here, I've already done this for you. It's like a template to answer 2 inference questions. Okay, so next week, okay, I hope next week, lesson 6, I will want to see your answer, and Uncle Raymond will provide the answer for you, this one, okay? Okay, so I think you have this slide here. Please read through how all this is quite important. For Sec3 student, please, of course, please spend the next few days of Chinese New Year to the house, visit your relative, keep to the rules of 8 people and 2 visits per day, please, follow the rules, okay? I'm doing that too. Okay, so this is our dear friend Stalin, the 5 years plan. Take note of this, the purges, you see? Okay, that's where they get rid of the threat. So he has no time to think of his weakness. I told you already. Okay, then look through all this one that you read through, okay? And how he improved, you see, the 5 year plan. Please take note of this, because there's a question asked about, what? Oh, ask about the statistics of how they improve the industrialization of collective rights. So this is industrializations, how they improve from 1920. So 10 years gap, you see. So you don't tell me 35 million go to 64. You must see the percentage, how much it increased. For 128 to 35 is quite a lot, no? So that means his plan is very successful. Okay, the plan is successful, profitable, it's very effective, it's very efficient of his work, and it produced excellent result. And this is how, there you see, these appear the excellent result. It must be remembered at the base of all this thing. Okay, I just want to speed up the process. Okay, so look through life of the worker. Now this is supposed for you to read, not for me to read everything. And this is how you see, you see Stalin and Lenin. Now take note. Last question before I go. Very careful. This is definitely a portrait drawn. It's not a photograph. A portrait drawn with like painting or this thing is very propaganda. But if those real picture, let's see, something like that. This is confirmed a black and white photograph from the from a camera. But this one looks to me is like, there's a touch up. So this one might be a propaganda picture. Okay, take note of all these things. Okay, because at that time there is a difference between this and that. Okay, this one, okay. And what happens if it's this kind of cartoons to show, for example? Do you realize all the pictures, they like to show this is like a fatherly figure to help Russians to improve. That means a fatherly figure means warm at heart, caring, supportive, protective, defensive. Okay, so please read out all this for your sake. And this is only one homework. Of course, you are very kind enough. You want to do SWOPTEL and draw in the 3 columns about Stalin, Hitler, and your daddy. By all means, do that. Okay. Any questions before I stop sharing? Any questions, gentlemen? So next Wednesday, please don't go first. I'll go already. Okay, please don't go first. So this is your homework. May I wish the 4 of you, including Benny is not here, 学业进步，身体健康，名列前茅 for the Sec4 student. You know what is 名列前茅? Okay, and also 家和万事兴，祝你们心想事成。 All right. And all the best. And I will see you next Wednesday. Good luck to all of you. Any homework, most welcome. Any homework, hurry. The rest continue to flood me. The moment I see your work coming, I was so really excited and do it. Okay. So thank you. 谢谢你们. Okay. Enjoy your fall deserved holiday, but not forgetting, of course, to study of Sec 4 student. All right. 学业进步，万事如意，拜拜。